Titans should trade the first overall pick. I don't think none of the quarterbacks in this class are worth the first overall pick. So trade it back to the Giants, to the Raiders, maybe the Jets. Let them have that experiment. The Titans should amass more picks and make something shake in the next year or two. Out of those three teams mentioned, the Giants, the Jets, the Raiders, I think the Jets have the most to offer when it comes to an immediate impact player. Sauce Gardner, maybe G5 Garrett Wilson. I think that is something that could get the Titans' attention. The Will Levis experiment has been a clear failure. Get you a bridge quarterback this year, possibly a Kirk Cousins. Derek Carr's name just popped up on the wire, maybe even a Sam Darnold. Don't pay nobody no bunch of money. Don't even give him a 2-year deal.
Players worthy of the first overall pick.
We talking first overall, so we talking somebody that got a ball. Abdul Carter. Got to be a war daddy coming off that edge. If you're going to be first overall, number one, you're going to be the stunner. You got to pull up. And that's what Abdul Carter doing. Coming off the edge. Relentless effort like TJ Watt. Also that ability to win with a quick speed move. Possibly a bull rush off the edge like TJ Watt.
When you can play both sides of the ball at a high level, you are definitely worthy of the first overall pick. Travis Hunter, come on down. Come meet Roger Goodell, your new boss. We saw him dominate as a receiver in the Big 12 and shut down receivers in the Big 12 as a cornerback. You could get 2 for 1. Balling, being a leader, being a Heisman finalist. It sounds like a player that's worthy of a first overall pick to me. Ashton Genty, 2,000 yards. Ashton Genty would add to the Titans' lineage of great running backs. Earl Campbell, Chris Johnson, Derrick Henry. And now you start to build a culture? We know what our identity is going to be. When you could look somebody in the eye and tell them who you are, that's a different power.
Talking about offensive forces, Cam Ward, he wore 1 for a reason. First quarterback to bring some real prominence and actually perform for Miami again. And obviously the reason he came and did it at Miami is because he got it done at Washington State. Over 4,000 passing yards like it's nothing. He's doing it in his sleep. I expect him to do it in the NFL. He has that mentality. He's more about the grind, more about the team, less with the mouth on the field. He gonna give it to you if he needs to. We gonna have fun when it's time to have fun.
Jalen Milroe is an intriguing NFL QB prospect. Big potato. The best team I think for Milroe to go sit, learn, and develop is the Buffalo Bills. It might sound crazy, but Josh Allen was erratic and a project when he first came into the league. Now he's an MVP. So if Jalen Milroe can go sit behind Josh Allen for 3 to 4 years, learn from somebody who was a project themselves, and if the Bills keep on dominating the AFC East like they do, then Jalen should have a game or 2 before the season ends just about every season where he goes show the rest of the league what he's capable of, and the Bills might be able to flip him in about 2 to 3 years of his contract for a nice little draft pick. Best fit for Jalen Milroe to play immediately, I think, is the Cleveland Browns. Kevin Stefanski, 2-time Coach of the Year. Stefanski job isn't on the line. He could take a risk and try to develop the dynamic Jalen Milroe. The Browns quarterback situation has been pitiful for years, so the standard is not very high. They do have a good wide receiver in Jerry Jeudy, and Jalen Milroe for sure is more dynamic than Kenny Pickett. Big potato. Personally, where I would love to end up seeing Jalen Milroe, the Los Angeles Rams. If Sean McVay is committed, you let Matthew Stafford play 1 to 2 more years. You learn under a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a quarterback who's known for turnovers. So you can even show Jalen Milroe, it ain't even about the turnovers, it's more so about when they happen and overcoming them. But Sean McVay and his offensive geniusness, I would love to see him with such a dynamic athlete at the quarterback position. I think him and Jalen Milroe could get to a Super Bowl early before people caught on to the scheme. But that first season together would be something dangerous. MVP level type season, I believe.
Trey Harris is proof that the grind don't stop and the grind won't fail you. My man's was a 3-star coming out of high school and ended up going to Louisiana Tech. So obviously to get to Ole Miss, we had to make some plays and transfer in and keep making plays. Jackson Dart is a first-round talent. He didn't get there by himself. His man Trey Harris was a monster last year and would have won the Biletnikoff if he didn't get injured. Trey Harris had 8 games. Through those 8 games that he played last year, he had 1,030 yards. Travis Hunter through 8 games last year had about 750 yards, and T-Mac Tet McMillan of Arizona had about 850. I had to take the shades off because this is real. He's my diamond in the rough. I was making money off of him all last year on gambling. Even in that last game that he got hurt, he had one catch for 40 yards for a touchdown. He was about to go for 150 in that game. Could be a Puka Nacua, Friends wide receiver 1 that can really change the team. In Atlanta, time to do something big. Time to make a first-round pick that really makes some noise. Something that make me, Cam Van Dam, want to get a jersey or something. Feel me? Time for us to get a defender that's going to make some big plays. Jahdae Barron, cornerback from Texas. My man's got the height, he has the speed. He almost mirrors AJ Terrell. Dude's just not scared to come up and lay the boom. We're gonna flatten something. Been in the CFP the last 2 seasons, so the man is battle tested. The worst thing that the Falcons could do, the doomsday pick that they can make. James Pierce, defensive end out of Texas. He has the size, ran good at the combine, ran phenomenal at the combine. But that 4.4 speed don't mean you're gonna play like Von Miller. We got a bunch of stats that's lacking from the college career. Von Miller had his stats. The Falcons, we already known for not drafting defense worth of nothing. When's the last time we drafted a good defensive end? It wasn't Vic Beasley. It wasn't Takaris McKinley. I wouldn't be mad if y'all draft somebody else on offense again, because at least we can make that side of the ball work. But defense, the Falcons defensive ends in particular, stay away. Not good for us, and that's doomsday.
Biggest surprising moments of the NFL draft first round.
Shedeur was a top 10 talent in this draft. Look at what he has done in his career. Done nothing but silence the doubters. But he was built for the moment. And the Giants messed up.
Big potato. My moment I ain't gonna forget is how the Giants decided to call back up into the first round and go get Jackson Dart. That's your guy? That's who you gonna bank the franchise on? Brian Dable, that's who you wanna bank your job on? Okay then, let's see.
It was beyond surprising to me that Will Johnson slid out the first round. Legitimate top 5 talent. And I know he has the knee injury, but when he's on the field, he's going to make plays. And yes, it might be taking him a minute to recover from the injury. Give it time. It don't gotta be a top cover corner in April, in May, and June. His time is gonna come.
Probably the biggest moment and surprising moment of the draft. Matthew Golden, drafted by the Green Bay Packers. That draft day moment is iconic. Matthew Golden, called up by the team hosting the draft, Green Bay Packers. Hello? He's in a golden suit, yellow now, like the Packers colors. He got the big G chain, G like Green Bay, like the Green Bay logo. This is just all weirdly aligning. And then just the way the crowd embraced him. And he asked him for a chant when he got to that mic. I know for Matthew Golden, that had to be chills going up his spine. A moment he'll never forget.
Listen. Green Bay on 3. Hey, let me get a Green Bay on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We expected Travis Hunter to be a top 3 pick, and he went number 2. I didn't expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to jump up ahead and get him, though. Travis Hunter says he keeps his mind on the ball, so we're just going to go ahead, let him ball out on offense and ball out on defense. Now, for the Jaguars, for the GM and the coach, moved up to number 2 to get somebody that we think is generational talent. Put Jacksonville in a solidified spot in the NFL.
Get your hands off my Versace.